When peace like a river attends my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, oh, whatever may come, I always will say, it is well with my soul.
And through it all, my heart will not fail. Through it all, it is well.
Oh, and through it all, I rest and believe it is well with me.
I trust and believe that peace will be my guide. If dark hours round me,
second act. Good morning. I don't think I introduced myself. I was so eager to get us centered. My name is Trish Morris, serving here as your spiritual leader. I can never decide if I'm sitting or standing, but after that I'm sitting for a bit. Beautiful, beautiful harmony, beautiful soul. Peace still knows my name. That Ryan chose that song and rewrote it a tiny bit, put his magic on it as part of our continued exploration of affirmative prayer, Unity's unique approach to prayer. And as I said in the opening prayer there, spending time in prayer can trigger all sorts of stuff, perhaps, in your mind. I don't know. Just the idea of spending time, particularly for those who are in the midst of their careers, raising families, supporting their aging parents, time is fleeting. And really, for most of us, we have an interesting relationship with time. So I like the idea that instead of spending time, Linda Martella Whitsett, who's the author of the book we're studying, How to Pray Without Talking to God, says, think of it as investing time. You know, you are investing time to connect with your soul, to connect within that place and that space that knows you are well, you are whole, you are complete. And to be clear, as we look into a world that does not seem well, we are doing that, we are getting centered in that so that we can go about living from that wholeness all the more thoroughly and fully. So it's not as though we sit on our meditation cushion and say all is well and never lend our voices, lend our hands, lend our hearts, lend our pocketbooks, all of those things to make that a reality in our world. It's a very important piece of that. And so for those of you who have that idea that, I would rather you do something than send me your prayers, know that it's both. And particularly in times when you or I or we are overwhelmed, overstimulated, saturated, triggered, aching, hurting, we have to have a place and a space to ground in something bigger and fuller. And we all have access to that. And so Unity provides this wonderful bridge to bring God out of the sky and into our being, to know that that is the ground of our being. And so when we are challenged, when we are scared, when we are in doubt, when we are overwhelmed, we get still and center in that. And if you haven't done that, it can be a journey. Getting still means, oh my God, there's a bunch of stuff here. I can't sit still. Okay, breathe into that. There's a whole bunch of techniques we're kind of looking at in our class that accommodate that. But our breath is the most powerful tool, really, to get us regulated. Linda Martella Whitsett, in her book, How to Pray Without Talking to God, says that in general, most prayers can be distilled down to one need. Can you guess what it might be? Say it louder. Connection. Well, so she does say the purpose of all prayer is to connect with our own divine identity. We might not call it that until we know that that's where it happens, within us, within our awareness. It's a feeling, it's a sense. It's not something out here. So the reason the call to do it is to claim and to identify with our own highest power, our own divine identity. But in terms of prayer needs, she says healing is the most common prayer need. Now you may say, oh, well, what was I going to, sorry. I was going to say, I'm young, I'm fit, I'm healthy. Well, good for you. It might be a physical healing. It might be a heart healing. It might be a mind healing. It might be a relationship healing. It might be a healing your checkbook, your relationship with money. So healing to get us back into alignment with this wholeness that is our true nature. And so I love that idea of just thinking about, what does wholeness mean? She goes through the 3 definitions. If you look it up in the dictionary, you will say, containing all components, complete. So there is that within us that is whole, containing all components, all aspects of life within us. Now, we don't always know that or experience that in our human life, which is all over the place, but there is always that within us that is whole and complete. And so that's another reason that we want to center in that awareness. Linda Martella Whitsett says, all that we know of divine nature, all life, love, wisdom, strength, order, all divine capacities that compose our divine nature are innate to us and only need to be recognized, cultivated, and actualized. Now again, we're coming to the realization that the world, be it, you name it, who's the world? Starting with yourself. Well, yes, but long before you're identified as yourself, you're listening to your parents, who tend to sound like your grandparents, your schooling, your church, your government, your health, you name it. There's all sorts of identities that don't tell you you're whole and complete, especially if you don't fit in this particular demographic. So that is why it's important that we know that and take time to claim that as the truth. The second definition of wholeness is not divided or disjointed. In one unit. This is kind of the foundation of unity. We are one unit in expression of the one source. There is no separation. Unity teaches that we are individualized expressions of the divine. And because Unity's background is quite intellectual, and sometimes uses, it came about at the turn of the 19th century, words that we might need to define now. When Unity taught that we are individualized components of the divine, didn't mean special individuals. Let me read what it really meant. I'm getting myself confused. We use the term in a unique way, by which we mean indivisible, inseparable. We cannot be separated from our source. We are not, this is what Linda Martella Whitsett says, we are not pieces and parts like what you find in a KFC bucket of chicken. Our essential nature is inseparable from divine nature. And so where does the separation happen? In your mind, in our mind. And then we go about living it out. And we've done that collectively. And that's what we're realizing. We don't have to do it that way anymore. Oh, but it's so hard to do new things, even when we know they're good. I cannot believe how hard it is to just slip right into, I know, but this is what I know. How's it going for you? I don't like it, but I'm familiar with it. especially when we don't know what the new thing is. And that's the interesting place we are living in right now. Things are showing us their expiration date, but we don't have the new thing built with the birth date. And that's unnerving, but it's exciting too, because it's not as though we have to climb into something that's already been built. We are here for a reason, to help build a world that actually reflects this truth that we're teaching, that reflects this connection with our source and with all of creation. She goes on to express or to share the definition of wholeness from the Atharvaveda Veda Hindu scripture, which says, "Undivided I am, undivided my soul, undivided my sight, undivided my hearing, undivided my in-breath, undivided my out-breath, undivided the whole of me." That is that whole teaching that Jesus gave us. Don't let yourself be divided. You can only serve one. And so that doesn't mean you dismiss your humanity. We're recognizing that we are perfectly whole in our divinity and our humanity. But not to ever separate that. Not to ever separate ourselves from our source, from that wisdom, from that life, and from that love. In every decision, in every interaction. And we don't always do it, and so we try again, right? When we miss the mark, do we beat ourselves up? Yes, we do, but should we? No. Some self-compassion we're also revisiting in our weekly class, just how brutal we can be with ourselves. And even on the topic of prayer and meditation, like someone shared, why I don't even want to try because I'm not going to do it right. I'm not going to stick with it. It's going to be another thing that I don't complete. Here's the thing, our words and our thoughts have power. So if we believe we're right about that, we probably will be. So it's a practice, and we're going to get to do it today. Aren't you excited? Oh, good. Oh, there's one more. Number 4, defining wholeness, constituting the full amount, extent, or duration. Our divine nature is not fleeting, partial, or finite. It's not fleeting, partial, or finite. We are fully divine through and through, eternally. And as we remember our essential wholeness, we have a deeper realization of the uninterruptible and incorruptible nature of our being. So I want to clarify too, before we do this practice, that in Unity we often talk about prayer and meditation interchangeably. And we're going to do the 5-step Unity prayer, 5-step affirmative prayer together. I'll lead you through it. And again, I want to say that this is just a tool. If you have a prayer process that's working, all the power to you. But if you'd like to know how to format a prayer from this growing awareness that you are connected with the source of all life, all you're asking for really is to remember that, to sense that, to claim that, to activate that. That's why we have this format, okay? I always say the prayer police are not going to show up. Nobody is judging you. Well, is someone judging you? Yes. Who's that? Besides Doris? No. Oh, you were pointing at yourself. Okay. Doris, gosh, slow your roll. I don't know her well. So, the first 3 steps of the affirmative prayer, which you can put that slide up, are in fact meditation. They are the steps you would take. You relax, you concentrate on whatever it is. You might be doing a body scan, you might be concentrating on your breath, you might have a mantra, and then you go into what you know as the meditation stage. We continue on in this affirmative prayer path. Affirmative prayer process into letting that meditation step sort of hold us in a state of realization where we can be relaxed enough, quiet the mind just enough. You know, it's a real dance to have a deeper realization drop in, to receive that. And know that any effort to do this is already changing you. So if, like me, for the first 10 years, you don't have bells and whistles and flashes of light and all the things you've ever wondered about flash before you, know that you're not doing it wrong. You're practicing. Okay? So let's take some time now. Go ahead and get comfortable. I'm going to walk you through this. This is going to be an experience this morning. Not of me talking about it, but of you experiencing it. And so I will remind us of the overall intention. You may have an actual prayer need, and that is fine. You can bring that to mind. But the highest expression, the highest goal of what we are doing here together is summarized by Linda Martella Whitsett when she says, when over time we consciously live from the realization of our divine identity, more often than not, our purpose for prayer has been achieved. So that is what we're spending some time cultivating here this morning. So we'll begin with that relaxation phase, which takes a moment, right? Some of us haven't taken a deep, full belly breath yet today. So go ahead and let yourself take a full breath. Again, I invite you to feel the earth below your feet grounding you, the chair supporting your back, and an invitation to just release a little tension from your shoulders, from your stomach. Just notice how it feels to take a full deep breath. And if there is any place in your physical body that is holding tension, breathe into that space. And you might just consider that that could be a place where you are holding resistance in this moment or in your life. So take a breath into that place. See if you are willing to make some space, knowing that this is a safe space. Here you can relax a bit. And scan your physical body. What a gift this body is. So as an antidote to any physical resistance, offer your physical body a moment of gratitude for all that it does for you, all that it holds for you, all the ways it has allowed you to experience this life. Thank you. Just continue that breath, which invites you inward. Dropping your gaze or lowering your eyes if you haven't already, closing your eyes. We slip into the concentration phase, where we give our mind spiritual truth to focus on. Give your mind a break. It's just doing what it's supposed to do. It thinks incessantly. So let's give it something with depth to grasp onto. I can give you one if you don't have it. It's like to ground in this idea that the divine, by whatever name you know it, is the source of life. It is life living itself through you. And so you can claim that right here. I am divine life. You can attach your I am statement to whatever it is you're in need of. If you are in need of connection, you are expression of divine love right here, right now. So keeping our physical relaxed body, our deep breathing, we let that word of truth percolate. Loosening our grip on results. We just align our heart and mind with that truth. Silently repeating it. Creating a pathway to the silence. Which we know it is in the silence, in the quiet, that our soul speaks. We slip into this third step of meditation. Centering us in our heart of hearts, our own divine identity, the presence of divine life within us, right here, right now. It is in this silence that we can experience ourselves beyond all the activities and the thoughts, the feelings, the being dwelling within us. If your mind starts to resist that, go back to your statement of truth. Continue your breath. You may also need to release any reoccurring beliefs that pop up here, like you can't do it, you don't know how, you're not worthy. we release those limiting thoughts and affirm the spiritual truth. We don't affirm spiritual truth to make it true. We affirm it because it is the truth of us. And it is in this silent space, even if it's just a glimpse, that we receive realization, a deeper realization of this truth. So the words become felt, and the feeling gives way to an experience. How do I meet this problem, this challenge, this world from a deeper realization of the truth that I am? Spiritual realization becomes a lived reality. And so we let whatever has come make its impression on our levels of consciousness, unconscious, conscious mind. And we close with the fifth step of appreciation. When we appreciate something, it becomes more valuable. So take a moment to appreciate the fact that without doing or asking for it, you have at the core of your being a soul. An eternal soul. That is here to have an experience in this world, to bring about healing and love in your own life that contributes to the world. So appreciate your life in its imperfections. All the ways that life continues, if we allow it, to deepen our understanding of the presence that we are. Deepen the understanding of our capacity to heal and to live life from a greater state of wholeness. And so we are grateful for this opportunity to be here together to connect in this time of silence and deepened realization. When you're ready, I'll have you bring your awareness back to this time and space. So this is an invitation for you to, oh yeah, that's the conclusion of that. Relax so you can concentrate. Concentrate so you can meditate. Meditate so you can realize. Realize so you can appreciate. Appreciate so you can relax. There you are back at the beginning. You know, appreciation is one of those attributes that really grounds us in a way that allows us to be with what is and to relax a bit. I couldn't be with you today without a little joke. Scott Aubrey recently wrote, "I was meditating recently and went to the depths of my being, but I hit a reef of self-doubt. I got tangled in some ego seaweed and had to be rescued by a passing mantra." So that's what that statement, that affirmation is. That's what you come back to when all of that. And the more we resist that and judge that, the louder it gets. So just come back to it. It's what our mind does. We're working with it, not against it. I hope that's been valuable to you today. I want to invite you all as well to Unity's 35th Annual World Day of Prayer, which is coming up. The World Day of Prayer is actually on September 11th, but the kickoff is on Wednesday, September 10th. And so we'll be doing a service here at 7 p.m. that will be supported and hopefully a little bit co-facilitated by the members of the Discover Your Divinity class we've been holding for the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks by then, 7 weeks. So this will be an opportunity to gather in this consciousness, to get still, to get relaxed, to have a time to meditate and get ourselves grounded, and then to hold those in our lives and in our world in that vibration. We may have some music, we'll see. And we also have a prayer list. Where did I put those? I made copies of them. I'll find them. Where you can add names. So part of that tradition is toward the end of that service, we will read the names aloud and hold all of those people, all those souls in that consciousness. So I invite you, if you can't be with us that night, to add names to the prayer list, wherever that may be. I will find it. I will find it for you. And before our singers sing us out of this time together, when I heard the name of the song and I saw the video, what's that guy's name? Alan Stone. Do you all know who Alan Stone is? He has got a vibe. I was like, who is this guy? He was like in a real interesting suit. Anyway, check him out, Alan Stone. And what's the name of the song? Heaven? Already There. It talks about heaven. And so I wanted to ground us in the metaphysical meaning of heaven, which is just simply a state of consciousness. Our founder, Charles Fillmore, says the kingdom of heaven is a state of consciousness in which the soul and the body are in harmony with the divine. So it's when we are living from our wholeness, we experience an elevated consciousness and an elevated approach to life. It's not necessarily, and perhaps at all, a physical place where we go. Now, if that is upsetting, we go somewhere. Life does not stop, cannot end. The point is that we can experience that here and now. That is the point. Oh, I thought you said, is it? Don't make me get... Yes, we don't have to All right. You guys take it away, obviously, it's time.
I was running 100 on empty without no break. Every stone that was thrown was a rock into this hard place.